Can you explain what amount of timing correction is acceptable? Someone said minus 12 is fine.
No. Well,
It
so
depends.
yeah, let's
But
go
yeah.
with an it depends answer because you will find factory calibrations that'll pull -12 all day long. You go log I'm trying to think of one offhand, like a Mark 5 R32 or a VR6A3 on 91 or even 93. -12, 11, 10 degrees of timing
Yeah.
scattered across the board, totally normal. That said, all of our calibrations that I can think of offhand currently, we don't want to see anything over in like the 4, 5, 6 range. That's where we're going to start addressing things. And it depends. There's no one number that's right, but a lot of it's going to depend on where and how that timing correction is. If it's like across the board, if
Yeah.
it's a single cylinder, if it's under high load, or if it's just at a like a shift or a lift-off event, which is one of these odd situations where you'll get a lot of knock activity in some setups with a full lift-off. That's a very different consideration we'll take when reviewing logs and data and stuff than like a mid RPM full throttle pull. So there's no one right number. -12 is not something we would say is fine on a full throttle pull in generally any situation.
It also depends, the frequency of it. If you get one minus 12 pull here or there, that could be fine. But if you're constantly seeing minus 12 degrees across all cylinders throughout, full load pulls through the torque peak, then that's indicative that your base timing map is way off and that the knock sensing system is, the tuner has left the knock sensing system to try to figure out what the actual optimal time
or there's an issue that needs to be addressed.
or there's an issue that needs to be addressed. But it's hard to just say, you're talking about a timing, minus 12 degrees is kind of one event, and you're talking about something that happens thousands of times a minute. So it just depends, did it happen 4 times? Did it happen 500 times? And that's a, like Nate said, you have to look at where it's doing it, how often it's doing it, how much load. But someone just saying a tune pulled minus 12 degrees, that doesn't necessarily that's not the whole complete picture.
Yeah, you'll have to argue that with a mountain of OEM engineers and calibrators and files out there you'll see double digit numbers with quite a bit of regularity on those.
Kind of like saying, that restaurant's terrible because I went there and they burnt a French fry. Well, you mean out of 100 French fries, one was burnt? That's probably still a good restaurant, But
no,
if half your French fries were burnt, you probably don't want to eat there.
Yeah, no, if this is like a log review and you're doing a full throttle pull and it's the middle of the pull, that's a very different situation. We wouldn't say 12 is a anywhere near a good thing to see there.